My name is Yosuke Hayashi, and I am director on Ninja Gaiden Sigma for PlayStation 3. I have worked on several projects at Team Ninja, including Ninja Gaiden and Ninja Gaiden Black, where I worked as project lead. We're here to show you Ninja Gaiden Sigma for PlayStation 3, which is a remastering of the Ninja Gaiden that came out 3 years ago for Xbox. And what we are doing is we are completely revamping all of the graphics, including textures and other assets, as well as tweaking the action engine in order to create the most compelling action game experience for next-generation consoles. The two biggest elements would have to be graphics and the playability of the action. We're not content to rest on our laurels having a great action game with Ninja Gaiden. We've gone in and tweaked a lot of the action as well to make sure that it's the best action game for 2007 as well. The most important thing about an action game is the responsiveness and how good it feels when you're controlling it. So we've really focused on making sure that the response is quick, the control is tight, and that for every input that you have on the controller you're getting a really great feedback, whether that's through the animations or the inclusion of a new weapon, and making sure that as an action game, Ninja Gaiden Sigma feels great and plays great. Since we already have a great sword in the Dragon Sword, which is your main weapon in the game, we thought, how can we work on the sword theme in order to create something that's going to feel great to control, and it's going to be brutal in its effects on the enemies. The twin swords really seemed like the ideal balance between a new weapon, but something that's also familiar and provided a great counterpoint to the single sword. And we've created it in a way that it has a whole lot of moves and rivals the Dragon Sword in terms of flexibility, so it's the kind of weapon that you could play the entire game through if you wanted to. The key for us when creating Rachel was to make a character that felt different from Hayabusa, but at the same time you really knew that you were playing Ninja Gaiden. And so the key concept behind her character is she is a fiend hunter. She appeared in cutscenes in the original for Xbox, but in order to make her playable, we thought, okay, what kind of things would a fiend hunter do? How would she move? What kind of animations should we put in to make her look natural? And since we already have this amazing character in Ryu Hayabusa, who's our super ninja, we wanted to make sure that Rachel was different enough, but also compelling enough as a character that you would want to spend time playing as her. So we really think that we've created a good parallel between the two characters by having them controlled differently, but still keeping the core essence of what makes Ninja Gaiden a great action game. Mission mode is kind of a separate mode where you can go in and have combat that's kind of compartmentalized, separated from the story mode. There are enemies that appear that might not appear in the same locations that they do in the story, and it's really kind of bite-sized combat. The great thing about mission mode is you can just sit down and play one or two, however much time you have, without having to go through the entire story, and there's a lot of combat scenarios that can only be done in mission mode. The most important thing is the action, and we feel we have an action engine that's very compelling, and we've made even more improvements to it for Ninja Gaiden Sigma. So for us, the key is really going to be making sure that we can have as much people as possible come and play the game. We're trying to bring it to a new platform and a new audience because we think we have this amazing property that deserves to be played by as many people as possible, and everything that I say about the game will prove true when you actually sit down and are able to play it. So I hope that everyone out there will get their hands on it and enjoy it and be initiated into the world of Ninja Gaiden. The game is Ninja Gaiden Sigma, and it's for PlayStation 3, and it will be coming out in late spring of this year, 2007.